Hi friends, for those of you who just got done watching my haul, I just wanted to film a video about stocking up and thinking of outside the box. So for anybody who's new to my channel, welcome. For my returning viewers, welcome. You both are appreciated very much. I used to do every weekend like a stocking up on a budget video where I do like a store walkthrough and just kind of show food prices. And I'm going to try to get that out this weekend. I'm kind of just like in a little bit of shock right now. Today's Sunday. It's early Sunday morning, like 1, 2 a.m. Friday night, I stopped in at Dollar Tree. I just had to pick up a couple things, and there was nothing worth showing a haul for. So I decided while I was in there to check food prices, just to see what went up in the food. And I did not have enough time to film, otherwise I would have just done it. I was shocked on some of the items that they raised in price. I can't believe it. I'm like, seriously, they raised this? And that will be coming out in a video. I just can't promise it through the weekend. But it just really surprised me because I'm like, I understand everybody else is going up in price. So I understand Dollar Tree going up in price. I knew Dollar Tree was going up in price how long ago? It's been months. Before December. Way before December. I mentioned it one time in one video and kept my mouth shut after that. Like I needed to. But it's more of the items. Everybody else is going up. Stores have to go up. If they're going to be... If any store, again, listening to Adventures with Dano, you know, Walmart comes out and says that they're going to be raising prices. All these stores have to raise prices. If they're being charged more for the product, they're not going to eat the extra cost. So I'm just saying, okay, we all know about stocking up on food, but let's make sure that we are outside the box. And I left a comment on his channel, actually, about that I have been since how long ago, like doing my stock ups of things outside the box. It's either things that I need and I know I'll have them on hand, or it's some extras that I want. Anything happens, bad weather, losing a family member, job loss, that kind of thing. We all like to have not only our comfort foods, but things around us that make us feel more comfortable. So I'm just, I guess, saying, you know, think about those things when you're making your list of items to get. If you see sheets on sale for how much in your area, and you're like, you know what, I only have like this one set that I've owned for how many years, they're getting pretty old, and then I have my second set to kind of, you know, on wash days, maybe it's time to pick up that set, well, like, you can get them on sale, hopefully clearance, so you'll have an extra set. So if something, you know, like sheet, it just happens, they're sheets, they get old, and kind of gotta pitch them or turn them into rags, whatever you do. So it would just be nice to have this extra here that you got on clearance or for a really good deal where you feel comfortable for what you paid for it and knowing you have that backup. I did that with sheets. So I have my blankets, I have extra sheets for my bed. I probably need some more jackets and stuff like that. Like some lighter jackets, but like I said, right now Kohl's is having a sale, but I'm just kind of like, financially, I'm just like up to here. It's just like, it's not the time to do it. There'll be another time to do it some other time, which is too bad because 75% off is a really good deal. But I'm just trying to think of the extras because I didn't like sit down and like write a list about this. And it's not like he went over this on his video. He was just talking about food prices in Walmart. And I just really appreciated that he said think outside the box, because I'm like, I've been thinking outside the box for how many years now? I mean, I show them on my shorts. Now, granted, some of those items you can get, you know, that I put a lot, you know, like different, just whatever items. If I'm in a store and I see something that's a good deal, I try to make a short of it so I can share it with you all. So if it's something that you need or something that you want, you know what store it's at and how much it costs. Now, these things can also be used besides just for yourself, as gifts, that kind of thing. It's it's all up to you, of course. As a viewer, I'm just putting out there that, hey, I saw this. I think it's a good price. You might agree, you might disagree. Each their own. But some of these items could also be used to make sure you have an extra of it now. And usually, I have to be honest, like when I film like a clothing sale, those really don't get too many views, which kind of surprises me because it's like clothing is a necessity. You need it. But so be it. It is what it is. I enjoy, you know, seeing what TJ Maxx has in for purses and, you know, the fun stuff also, you know, the different perfumes and colognes and, you know, it makes me think of last time I was there, like the last couple times I was there. I'm noticing a trend between food and like this at TJ Maxx, actually. Like I was talking about Aldi's and how they were short. Like they didn't have the pasta, they didn't have the cottage cheese again today. I mean, cottage cheese, it's been like 2 months, I think now, that they haven't had it. And my mom got it like, I think 2 months ago from Aldi's. Something like that. And then they didn't have it a while prior to that. So it's kind of like, okay, what's going on with them? Like, is this not coming in on the truck? I wouldn't put cottage cheese and, you know, people are stocking up. I would the pasta, because that was my first thought, like, hey, people are really stocking up. Look at all the pasta that's gone. And I'm like, you know, after you sit and think about it, you're like, well, is it that they're stocking up? Or is it not coming in on the truck? Was there an issue with the product? Or is not as much product coming in? So we just have different variables to consider, basically. So, you know, excuse me. I'm thinking of the extras even down as far as like the lotion. Like I did a haul. Like my mom, Mother's Day, TJ Maxx had different scents of hymns. And I was going to take one bottle back. But I'm like, you know what? It's lotion. I need lotion. It's not going to expire in the next year. So now I just have a couple things of lotion. I also have some Bath and Body Works ones also. But I will say I use those like as gifts. Like they're brand new. So somebody has a birthday or something comes up and it's like last minute. I got them on sale. It's real easy. Grab a little bag, put lotion and something else in there, whatever, and a card, and you have it. And I did it on a budget, and they're getting a nice gift. So it kind of works both ways for me. But let me know your thoughts and feelings, because I'm just kind of like, this is getting crazy. How much more crazy is it going to get as far as prices? Like, when it gets to the point where I'm like, they're out of stuff. and Dollar Tree's prices on a few things that they raised to where I don't want to film. That's not a typical me thing. Like, it's just like, that's something that would drive me to film it. Like, oh my gosh, look at this. Because it's not like the store had a bunch of bare spaces. It was just the point, like, the pasta's been out for how long now? And it's like, what's going on with this now again? And then you see the price increases. And, you know, I'm filming short video. And I couldn't believe, I said, I think it was $7.99 a pound on something with like a good price. Whoa. When did $7.99 a pound for meat become a good price? Like, because we're so used to these higher prices, like, where's it gonna, how high is this gonna go? When's this gonna, you know, come back down and like even out? Because I hope this isn't, you know, I hope we don't go like higher and then it comes back down and we're even out here. Let's bring it down a little bit more. Like, in my area, gas even went up overnight. I was like, whoa. Like, I could have got gas for like, I think $2.89 or something like that. And it was over $3. I couldn't believe it. I was like, overnight, literally, it jumped from $2.89 to 3 something. And I was like, oh my gosh. Like, you're kidding me. I should have got gas. I drive a pickup. I have a bigger gas tank. I wait, you know, till I get down to how far, not a fourth, but, you know, half. And then I fill up. And I'm like, oh my gosh. Like, I should have done that a few days ago. Is it going to keep going up? It's like, I mean, who can keep track of it? Like, in 2 more days, it could go back down again. Believe me, I see that price go down. I'll be stopping. Like, yeah, I don't care if it's on half or not, basically, at this point. Like, I will be stopping. Now, I've heard other people and them talking about gas, and they're like, oh, it gets down to, you know, their car gets down to 3/4 of the tank, they're filling up. Okay, that's fine, each their own, but that's a little bit too much for me, you know, when it gets to 3/4 of the tank to go fill it up again. No, that's too much. So, let me know, if you would, in the comments, like, what have you been doing for stocking up besides the food? Like, are you getting the extra clothing and, you know, making sure you have that? Are you getting the extra bedding, the extra winter stuff? I'd like to say, like, 3 months ago was a good time to buy, you know, like snow blowers on sale and shovels and, you know, stuff like that. But the issue is, like, last time I saw, for last how many years, uh, snow blowers only like drop to a certain price, and then I see them up in the I don't, on the shelving in the stores. Like, I don't see them go all the way down like they used to a really good clearance price. Which, see, I almost bought one, and a friend's like, oh, it's the end of the year, and, you know, what if it doesn't work next year? And it's like, I gotta stop listening to these people, because he makes really good money. So, like, you know, he can afford it, but I didn't really, like, check any further into it. I was just, you know, like, oh, this is a really good price. Like, okay, it's the dual whatever, and, you know, just kind of the top part of the, you know, about the snowblower. I wish I would, like, dug more into about it, and the store said, hey, you know, like, if next winter it doesn't work, you can bring it back. But you know how that goes with some employees. You know, they'll, like, stand by it. Some stores will. Some employees are like, no, you know, like, this was last year. But I did have snow on the ground a little bit to where I could have at least tried it and tested it. But I understand where my friend was coming from also. Because, you know, he said, I don't want you to buy it and then to not run. That happened to somebody else at their work. Like, it just went, theirs went run. And it's like, take it back. So these are just kind of things on my mind, like, yeah, when you go, like, just how the times are changing. Like, I don't recall, I've been in my house for 5 years this fall. When I first moved to my house, there wasn't snow blowers up on the shelves. They were clearanced out. You know, I could buy a shovel on sale at the end of the year because it's the end of the year. And now it just seems like stores are keeping these and putting them up and holding them until next year or whatever they do. It's like they're not being dropped to like the good clearance prices anymore. So it's just something to think about. If you would, leave your thoughts in the comments, because I'm just like, you know, we're on a roller coaster ride, but we're on a roller coaster ride from hell. Like, I don't want to say that. Because you just, but it's like, when's this gonna, I'm just gonna put it this way. No, I'm gonna change my thought, because I'm not gonna say that. Like, when's it just gonna even out? When's it gonna even out to where we can all just like kind of relax and take a breath for a moment, not have anxiety, not worry. You know, I read comments on all different, my channel, all these other different channels of just people constantly worrying, having anxiety about everything going on. We all need a breath. But I know the only issue with that is if everything goes even for a little while and you want to take that breath, the fear comes that something else is going on. So I get it. Like, oh, wouldn't it be nice if just everything just kind of here for a little bit, we could just all, okay, we're just riding this way for a little bit. I think a lot of us are scared to do that. Like, what's going on? What are we missing? I think it makes us more alert. And I don't think some channels out there who, to me, are fear-mongering, I said that, I totally slaughtered that. I don't think they're doing it they're not helping the situation, basically. Like, we know what's going on. You're updating us on something new, but you don't have to put the fear into us. Like, that's there for some of us already. Like I said, for me, it was just like, I'm fed up with this. Like, I'm just fed up with this. Like, am I going to be able to afford this? And I'm talking about the food between the Dollar Tree and the Aldi's. That was my thought. Like, I'm tired of this, and am I going to be able to afford this food? Like, big lifestyle changes, maybe, huh? To be able to afford to eat. Anyways, so I'm going to end it here. I'll try to have my stocking up on a budget video out this weekend or on Monday. But until then, I hope you all take care, be blessed, and of course, be happy.